Well, welcome to Xi'an, the ancient capital of China and the start of the former Silk Road. Just arrived from Beijing. Behind me there is the Xian Bell Tower, built in 1384. This city is home to the ancient city area of Xian and the Terracotta Army, the warriors, which we're going to try and see tomorrow. This marks the next stage of a trip now as well. From here on in we're just heading west, all the way to London. This is where the adventure also ramps up, I think. We're starting to head off the beaten path now. The Xi'an is still kind of touristy. Anyway, let's see what Xi'an brings. First impressions of Xi'an, very good. All this street food everywhere around here. It's like this big walking street market with like all this really good Chinese food. It smells and looks good. Got no idea what any of it is because it's all in Chinese. But yeah, I'm enjoying this a lot so far, just walking around here. Good morning, it's a new day here in Xi'an, and it wasn't far from here in 1974 when two farmers were digging a well and they came across the Terracotta Army, 2,000 years old. Since then it's been one of China's most popular tourist attractions. People come from all over the world and all over the country to see it. Today we're going to go too. Let's go. Right, breakfast and coffee done. Time to find out where this bus goes from that takes us there. Right, made it on the bus. Right, made it off the bus. Just got to try and find the entrance and get a ticket. That bus I was on seems to be some sort of Chinese tour group. That yeah, it's no good me staying listening to them because I can't understand the word they're saying. So yeah, I'm just going to do it by myself. Right, managed to buy a ticket. Just going to head in now. Feels extremely touristy here. About 10 people have come up to me trying to offer me a tour guide, but you know, I don't usually do that sort of thing. Let's just do things by myself. So yeah, up ahead here. Let's go. Something interesting about China is whenever you buy a ticket for anything, like a train or an attraction like this, you don't actually get a ticket. You just put your passport number in and it's linked to your passport. So you scan your passport at the entry and it just knows that you've paid. So it's quite convenient in a way, I guess. You don't need to carry around any extra pieces of paper. Just use your passport to do everything, which is what I'm just about to do now. Right. I think the warriors are in one of these buildings up here. Not 100% sure which one, but we'll find them. Looking forward to seeing this. Well, here they are, up ahead here. Looks like you stand very far away from them. Not sure, let's have a look. Lots of people here as well, so you're going to have to queue up a bit to see them. Here they are here. Just take a look. It's quite a long way away up, further than I was expecting. Really cool. I think that's probably just about the oldest thing that I've seen on this trip so far as well. They're from about 200 BC, so over 2,000 years old. So yeah, fascinating. Anyway, just going to walk around here and see what else there is. It's amazing to think that these sat here for 2,000 years. No one knew about them. And then, as I said earlier, in 1974, two farmers were drilling for a well in the area, and they just happened to stumble across them. Now they've become one of China's biggest tourist attractions. It's incredible. Right, well, I think that was just about it. The Terracotta Warriors Museum. Again, a place I've seen pictures of so many times, but really cool to see it like in person. So yeah, I think I'm just going to head back into Xi'an now, into town, and go and check out the old city, because Xi'an is, like I said, the ancient capital of China. So yeah, gonna get the bus back in and then have a look around there. Well, behind me there is the ancient drum tower of Xi'an. We're back in the city centre now. And yeah, the warriors were great. Honestly, it's a shame I only gave myself a couple of nights here. I didn't really plan it well. Could have easily spent a day more or two here. But anyway, tomorrow I am catching a train out west to the region of Xinjiang, a city called Urumqi, which is not too far from the border of Kazakhstan. We're sort of leaving the East Asia region now and heading more in towards Central Asia. So I can't wait for this part of the trip. It's going to be really interesting. It's going to be a massive adventure. Well, good morning from Urumqi in Xinjiang in China. Arrived here really late last night and now ready to explore the city, see what it's got to offer. Thought I'd just show you my hotel room quickly. I paid 40 Australian dollars a night for this room, and it's not too bad. Have a look. So you've got a nice big bed here, TV, bathroom in here, not too bad at all. And then out here you have a nice view out the window of the streets of Urumqi. See, so have a look at some of the architecture there. You can see we're moving away from East Asia now, moving in towards Central Asia. Also out there, that is 9 o'clock in the morning and it's still kind of dark. The reason for that is China is all on the one time zone. A country as massive as China. So it's based off Beijing time. So in Beijing you've got pretty normal daylight hours. But here, way out west, it's dark till about 9 o'clock in the morning, and it's even in the middle of winter. The sun doesn't set till about 8 o'clock in the evening. So that's kind of interesting. And another fact about Urumqi is it is the furthest away city in the world from the ocean. So that means it's got a really extreme climate. So it's extremely cold outside. It's minus 12 or something. But that's not going to stop us exploring. Alright, made it outside, and this is what we're dealing with. It's not too bad so far though, there's no wind and it's quite dry. So anyway, the plan is I'm gonna find something to eat, maybe like a traditional Uyghur sort of breakfast. And then not too far from here is the Urumqi or Xinjiang Grand Bazaar, which is the biggest bazaar in the world by size. So anyway, let's go check that out. Alright, it's actually a lot colder than I first thought. I had to put my hat on. But no, it seems, so it's past 9 o'clock in the morning now, but it feels like things are only just starting to open. I think because of the time zone, that everything happens later here, because I did get in like 11 o'clock last night and streets were still packed full of people having dinner and stuff. So yeah, I think I'm maybe out a bit too early for things, but it's alright, just walk around. And yeah, I'm sure we'll find something to eat. Right, made it into the Grand Bazaar, or at least a section of it, and it seems to be completely empty still. So I don't know, maybe I should come back later on in the day, have a look. Not much going on. Alright, the streets of Urumqi are still pretty quiet, but let's go and see if we can try and find like a traditional Uyghur breakfast, because I'm quite hungry now. Well, that was breakfast. It was a bit difficult to film in the restaurant because it was just really big. I was sitting at a table with other people again, and so yeah, the plan now is I'm still a bit hungry, so I'm gonna see if I can find some sort of street food to pick up, and just like a snack. I mean, that dish there was like a pilaf, like a rice dish, which is really common in this part of the world. Sort of thing you'd find in maybe Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, or even Afghanistan, because culturally the Uyghurs are sort of Central Asian. But anyway, yeah, let's go and see if we can maybe go back to the bazaar, because it's a bit later now and maybe it's more open, more happening. Well, here we are, the Grand Bazaar of Urumqi. I think I was in the wrong place before, but have a look at it. It's still very empty. Like, I reckon this sort of place comes to life a lot more in the evenings, but there's still a couple of things open, so let's just walk around and see what we find and hopefully get something small to eat. Across the road it says Grand Bazaar Food Street, so I'm going to head over there now. Well, I'm here where the supposed food street is, but it's completely empty. Interesting, there's some Russian writing on there as well, which surprises me a bit. But yeah, I'm just going to walk around here, but I'm not sure if... I think maybe evening is the time to come back here, because it's just everything seems to be shut at the moment. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning. It's just completely dead. Have a look. I hope it will come to life in the evening and it's not just dead because no one wants to stand out here in the minus 12 degree weather or whatever it is, which would be understandable. But yeah, hopefully this evening we can come back and it'll be more vibrant. Well, I'm stood here in the People's Square of Urumqi, and you can see that despite having its own local culture, it is in many ways just like any other Chinese city. It's modern, it's sprawling, and it does still feel unmistakably like being in China when you walk around here. So yeah, it's interesting. Just very cold. Oh my god, I can't... My lips are just... It's hard to talk at the moment. Oh, here we go. I think we might have found some good street food here. Take a look. It'd be great if I could get some sort of like lamb kebab skewer sort of thing and have a look what they've got. Alright, picked up some food at that market. Now I've just come across the road to the park. I don't know what this is. It's like some sort of lamb chop in bread. So yeah, we'll see how it is. Okay, it's pork. But it's delicious. And check out the People's Park. It really is as cold as it looks today, let me tell you. We're still in the People's Park, and this behind me here is a pond that's frozen over, and you can see people are ice skating around it. Pretty cool. Let's take a look. Urumqi so far really is like a really cool blend of like the local Uyghur culture and the Chinese culture, just as you can see here. Yeah, I don't know if there's actually that much to do here though. There's the Grand Bazaar, which we're definitely going to go check out tonight. But yeah, apart from there is some nice nature not too far away, like some mountains and lakes, but I don't know what it's like going there at this time of year when everything's covered in snow. But yeah, I mean, I'm only really here because I'm just like making my way across to Kazakhstan. But yeah, definitely tonight we're going to go back and check out that bazaar. Well, good evening. Let's go check out the bazaar and see if we can get some dinner. See if there's a bit more going on there now. It's about 8 o'clock at night, but it's still not completely dark yet, which is incredible for winter anywhere in the world. But like I said before, it's all down to the weird time zones. But anyway, see you down at the bazaar. Right, so we're in the bazaar and it's still pretty quiet if you have a look. Not many people around. I don't know if it's just because of the cold. People don't want to be out in this, or yeah, I don't know. Although there was a food place around the corner that was completely closed during the day. I'm going to go see if it's open now in the evening. Alright, back in the food area. It's pretty quiet around here again, but I think there's something inside this building, so let's go in and check it out. Alright, it's like a big food court in here. Have a look. We'll see what we can find. Maybe we'll get dinner here, maybe we'll go somewhere else. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, let's have a look around. Alright, well that was kind of interesting, but I think I'm going to go to a local restaurant because, I mean, the language thing is just, I thought it was bad in Shanghai, Beijing, but it's 10 times worse here. At least in a restaurant I can sit down and sort of translate the menu, have a look. It's like, you know, I didn't want to do it in there. And it wasn't that big actually, it wasn't as, I thought it would be a massive, really busy, like just heaps of food, but it was alright. Anyway, I'm going to find a restaurant. Well, I'm still in the bazaar and it's just absolutely empty. I think the only explanation is the weather. I guess I'm the only one stupid enough to want to walk around in minus 10 degrees in an outdoor market. Oh, one in Xinjiang. Right, I'm on the hunt for a restaurant now. See, we're just walking around here. It's really just incredible to think that I am in Xinjiang right now. To think I'm in Xinjiang is incredible. It's even more incredible that I've come here from Singapore completely overland. I'm in a restaurant, got around the language barrier, ordered some food, some minced meat noodles. It's different, it's Uyghur style noodles, some classic lamb kebabs, and I'm having some lovely tea. So yeah, this food is going to be amazing, I just know it. Right, here's what we got. So that mixes together. And you got the kebabs there. Can't wait to have this. Another excellent meal. Gotta say, I'm a big fan of the Uyghur food. I mean, it's not... I'm pretty much only eating that sort of food here. I mean, it's, like I said before, it is in many ways just a normal Chinese city. So the majority of the food here is just normal Chinese food. But I've been eating that for the past 2 weeks, so that's why I'm trying the Uyghur stuff. But anyway, given where I am in the world, just quietly, I don't think I'm going to end up at the pub tonight. So let's see if we can find a nice dessert. Maybe, hopefully something local. Alright, couldn't really find any dessert, but I'm not too fast. I don't want to go too far away from where I'm staying. But anyway, I think I'm just going to head back now. Today's been a pretty good day exploring Urumqi, and I'll see you tomorrow. Well, it's a new day in Urumqi, and I didn't quite know what to do, so I looked up like hikes and nature nearby, and there's like a small, not really a mountain, but not far from here you can walk up and it's like a really good view of the city. So I'm heading there now. Let's go check it out. Alright, so I think over here I'm trying to go up to one of these hills. I'm not exactly sure which one or how high up it is, but yeah, let's go. It's really nice. We're on the outskirts of the city where like the mountain starts, so it's going to be a very good view, I think. Seriously, where the hell am I? Have a look at this. Just walking through a neighborhood on the outskirts of Urumqi. I wonder how many Western tourists are around here. Probably not many, I'm guessing. I've actually got to be really careful walking up here. It's like ice all over the side of the road and it's quite slippery. Last thing I want is to fall over and hurt myself here. Really doing my best not to slip. It's just like walking on ice. It's just so slippery. But anyway, I guess that's what you're dealing with in the most inland city in the world in winter. And there you go. Starting to get a bit of a view of Urumqi. But yeah, let's go higher up and have a look. Alright, so the path to the very top was closed. Not sure why, maybe because of ice or snow or something. But here is, got a bit of a view behind me. Not quite what I was hoping for, but you can kind of see a bit of the city. Not sure if you can see at the very back there in the background. That's the Xian mountains. They're kind of behind the haze a bit. There's the same mountain range that leads all the way to Kazakhstan. So hopefully sometime next week, I'm going to try and go skiing on them near Almaty. Right, I think that's enough. I'm going to head back down now. Well, it is now night time in Urumqi and I'm back here in the warmth of my hotel room. Anyway, tomorrow's a big day. We're getting a 12-hour sleeper train from here in Urumqi to the border of Kazakhstan. It's overnight, which means that our time in China is about to come to an end. So, what are my thoughts on China after spending a bit over 2 weeks here? Well, firstly, it is an amazing country. So diverse in terms of just like nature. So the difference between the south and the north and then this region here is just huge. So yeah, it's an amazing country to travel around. When compared to Southeast Asia, the infrastructure here is just years ahead. I mean, it's ahead of Europe in some ways and like Australia. So in that sense, yeah, it's an easy country to get around. The high-speed trains are incredible. But if you do come here, it's not always going to be easy. It's got easier for me as I've spent more time here. I've got used to how things work. But you do need to come prepared. Like, be prepared for the language barrier. No one here speaks English, so make sure you have a good translate app. The payment systems here are all different. Cash isn't really used. I mean, you can use it, but it's not that common. So make sure you've got Alipay, WeChat Pay set up. And also, if you want to be able to still access stuff like Google, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, you're going to need to get yourself a good VPN because, as I'm sure most of you know, pretty much any website from the West is blocked here. But overall, I highly rate China as a travel destination after coming here. It's not been completely what I'd expected as well. I've been very pleasantly surprised in many ways. I think you could say it's possibly one of the best value for money you're going to get in the world. It's extremely developed, but it's also pretty cheap here. It's safe, it's clean, it's great to get around on the public transport. So yeah, if you want to go somewhere slightly different but still really interesting, I'd give China a go. But anyway, on to Kazakhstan. I cannot wait to go to Kazakhstan. I've heard great things about it. It's not somewhere that many people go, at least not from where we're from. Although I don't think that's because it's not interesting, there's nothing to offer. I think it's going to be a fascinating place. I've done lots of research. The first place we're going is a city called Almaty, and the long journey there starts tomorrow. I can't wait to bring you along.